Lord.
YouTube going live.
And so you saying, when you say Khan, I don't want Khan, you're saying, it's like, sir, yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Khan is in the Hebrew.
I don't want.
Yeah, Khan, I don't want Khan.
Facebook, YouTube, live.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I asked that several times during the lesson yesterday.
Right. That's no sweat. Mm-hmm. You said we live, Barack?
Khan, I don't want Khan.
All right, let me share this on Facebook and we're going to rock and roll. Share this.
Shalom.
What's up? Yeah, Khan.
Did you already get one too, sir?
Yeah, I got one. I'm too wild. The water.
Hey, brother, you want something to drink? Got some Jack Daniels in.
Oh, you talking about drink?
Drink.
All right, why not? I'll toast with you guys.
All right, let's clap it up. All right, Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the sisters. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group or Christian organization, and we teach the truth according to the Bible. And that's that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the real Jews according to the Bible, and the white man is the devil according to that very same Bible.
That's right.
And we call the white man the devil because that word devil means deceiver. And the white man has deceived blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans into taking on a culture that is not their culture, to taking on customs that are not our customs. You understand? Black history is found in the Bible, and our culture is found in the Bible, man. And that's why we call the white man the devil, because he has deceived us into following his culture and American culture, which is destructive for the black community. You understand? I'm preaching also 1,000 Kazak Ahmad. Hold it down for also 5,000 to come y'all. Let's clap it up.
Hey, Shalom, y'all about to Oh, this is our Wednesday class. What's going on, brother? How you doing? How you doing, brother? What's your name, brother?
Oh, Dwayne.
Dwayne, good to see you. This is my first time seeing you. I've never seen you before.
Well, this will be my second time in the building.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, most time Christ, man. Good to see brothers. Good to see your faces in here, man.
Yeah, right.
What that brother Kazak was saying was so totally right, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? America is evil, and the things that we learn from America is evil. What he was saying, he said that we learn our oppressor's culture. One of those cultures is being a whore, man.
Right.
Being a whore and a slut, and us men, because we're going to get a blame too today. Us making our sisters sluts, man. And us making our sisters whores. We got to understand that a lot of times a woman might do most women do things that they know that's going to attract us.
Right.
Or attract our interest. We have to curb our interest and not be attracted to Jezebel.
Right.
Not to be attracted to a whore, man.
Right.
You know, so today we want to go to Steve Harvey's stepdaughter, Lori Harvey, man. Lori Harvey has been doing her thing. She's been thotting, man. Right. She's been doing, she you know, had a little boyfriend in 2015 for a little bit. And then she started dating, you know, more celebrities. So she started dating a famous soccer player. Then she was dating Trey Songz and Future at the same time. And then Future started, he did a little videos like, oh, I see you. Because like she was with, I think it's sound one up.
The bottom parts of
Shalom, hello? All right, so.
Bro, you get the camera.
Oh, you know what? So either way, she tried. Yeah, bro, you gotta fix it. Either way, she was dating men. She dated multiple men. She dated Trey Songz, and then the paparazzi seen her with Trey Songz and took a picture. Then she was ducking in the picture because she didn't want to be seen. Then Future came said, "Oh, you know, I seen you duck. It was too late. You ducked too late." Right. He was like, "I see you. It's cute." And then Future, you know, broke up with her or whatever. But then later on, he got back with her. But this was after she was with Trey Songz, got with Diddy's son, or was friends with Diddy's son, and then started dating Diddy. And and this was the thing. The response was, okay, first of all, if she was not famous, a lot of y'all wouldn't care.
Right.
Because this is nothing new. The only thing that is new is the men that is all the men that you have posted on your wall or on your screensaver, or women, you know, who you drool off of when they come on the TV. As what I mean is Trey Songz, Michael B. Jordan, who played, you know, Black Panther, and he was on The Wire as a young kid. He was in Creed. He was in plenty of. He was in the movie. He's what they call this generation Denzel. You know, Denzel Washington had a lot of movies. He's a lot of sisters like Denzel. Now a lot of sisters like Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
So now she's with Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan posted her on his Instagram, and vice versa. She posted him on his gram. And I don't follow celebrities on Instagram, so I thought it was something serious because usually, you know, in the world, or you know, when you post a woman on your Facebook or on your Instagram, it's official or something serious. So I never knew. I looked at the past. I looked at her past, now I look at the past posts, and you know, she would post, you know, Future and other men too, and then delete them when they broke up. And now, and we're addressing this today because a lot of it was the what I want to say. It got so much attention because some women were saying that she's not a whore. That's how women should do. Women should date.
Right.
They said how's she gonna know what she want if she don't date around? You know what I'm saying? That's the way that we think today, which is wrong, which is against God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, we do not follow the Most High. We do not follow the Bible. So this American culture make us whores, make us homosexuals, make us, you know, whoremongers. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they should know, you know, what sex is. Sex is marriage according to the Bible. If you lay down with you can have more than one woman. That's the thing. If you lay down with a woman should know that sex is marriage. A man should know that sex is marriage. You cannot throw that woman away unless she cheats on you. That's it. That's the bottom line.
Right.
But in today, they don't live in the world of the Most High. So they live in the world of, you know, casually having sex until you get a ring on your finger.
Right.
Which is, you know, which is ridiculous. About times you get married, how many bodies should you got on you?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? About time you get married, you got a lot of mileage.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody want that vagina. Like, nobody was gonna want that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's the white man teaches the way that the culture that we follow now is horrible for our horrible for us spiritually, physically, and horrible for us mentally.
Right.
Whereas though, you know, you get a woman now, and she goes and she you know, look, she's psychotic, but it's because of the men that she's with before that either she left or they left her.
Right.
You know, but that woman going through so many men, she'll be psychotic. She's mentally unstable. Right. And now you dealing with her, you got to deal with her and her problems and her demons, and you got to fix her up, you got to help her heal, right, and things like that. And it's a burden, but that's what we have to deal with today. And in the I.S.U.P.K, you know, we have children now, whereas our daughters don't have to go through that, and our sons won't have to go through that. They won't, you know, whore women out, and they don't have to go. They won't, you know, Eve is Eve, so you have to always going to be the head of Eve, and she's always, it'll be some kind of trouble. Or you have to guide her, right, because she needs to be guided and instructed righteously. God. But guiding a woman who only had sex with you versus a woman that had sex with a lot of men is going to be a big difference. Right. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of women today were saying, you know, Lori Harvey this whole week. Lori Harvey, no, she's not a hoe. She just dated. Because give me the scripture for respected persons. Respected persons. That's how you should date. Or you a hater because you can't be in her position. What they mean by that? They meant by her dating multiple rich men. Like she dated Diddy, who, you know, is almost a billionaire. She dated Trey Songz, who's a millionaire, Future, who's a millionaire, Diddy's son, you know, who's right up under Diddy, that's under Diddy's majesty or empire, his seed. And a soccer player who was a millionaire. So all these men, all these men that she was dating, you know, a lot of a women in the world who are whores look up to that.
Right.
And she what's going on is the reason why we gotta, you know, bash him today is because Lori Harvey has become an inspiration to those failed whores. A lot of whores have tried to be like Lori Harvey and date this guy, rich guy. You know, it's all different kind of levels. The reason she even got to these celebrities is because, you know, her mother married Steve Harvey, so now that puts her in the realm, and she, you know, models for certain clothing brands. So it puts her in the realm and put her in the space of these celebrities.
Right.
And not a lot of women get that opportunity to be in those realms. They try to.
Right.
You know, so that's why she's an inspiration to the whores in the world. And it would give it up for the women who did not. You know what I'm saying? I watched many podcasts throughout this week where, you know, some women said straight up said Lori Harvey is a whore. She's a whore. And then you had other women in their comments in their podcast saying, "Oh girl, you're a hater. You're a hater because you can't be in her position. You're a hater, da da da." And then you start seeing the respect of a person. And I'm gonna bring out respect of persons.
Right.
You got that, Kazak? Go ahead.
James chapter 2, verse 9.
This is James 2:9.
But if ye have respect to persons,
Mm-hmm.
ye commit sin, and are convinced of the law as transgressors.
Right. If you respect, like, read it again.
But if ye have respect to persons,
there's another one too that says when they respect the persons, I guess with the one with gay apparel, and it says sit right here. Yeah. See, Barack, find gay apparel. Go ahead and read. Keep reading.
But if ye have respect to persons,
what is respect to persons? Anybody know? You know respect to persons, brother?
I mean, not in the sense that you might be talking.
What do you think?
Respect to persons?
Respect to persons,
That one I really can't give a good guess on.
Okay.
So like, for lack of a better term, respective person is like bending the rules or bending the law for the status of this person or for what you think of that person.
Right. So respect to persons is you got two kind of people that commit the same crime. You got a brother who's a drug dealer, or say he's a rapist. Then you got a rich rapist. They'll respect and bend the rules for the rich rapist versus the poor rapist. That's respect to persons. Now, what Lori Harvey is doing, she's sleeping with Trey Songz, Future, and all these celebrities. Is what's going on in our own neighborhood. There's women that's doing it around us. Like, it's nothing new. But the thing is, in our neighborhood, what would they call that woman? They would call her a whore. But they won't call Lori Harvey because she's Steve Harvey's daughter. She's so-called, she's rich. Right. She's probably on Instagram. She got some 100 million followers. And the men that she's sleeping with and dating are rich. So they won't call her a whore. Right. It's respect of persons. It's ridiculous. And even people that's close to me and family and stuff like that, I seen them chime in. And it's ridiculous because if that was somebody in your neighborhood or if that was your cousin or your sister, you'll tell your own sister, you being fast. You need to slow down. Why every time I turn around, like, you know how your big mama auntie get, hold on. You was with this man this year. You was with this man this month and this month and that month. Yep. Now, your big mama would either say, all right, girl, go ahead, you doing your thing. Or she would say, big mama would say, go be right and say, slow the hell down, heifer. Right. You being too fast. Right. Right. Why are you bringing this man and this man? Girl, you need to slow down. Right. And that's what Lori Harvey should do. She should slow down. That's right. You get what I'm saying? She might be Jordan. Let her. And the thing is, she's still our sister. She's still our sister. I would say somebody's saying that she. Some people think she might not be a black woman. I'm going to say that she is a black woman. She's our sister, and that. And that, you know, when a woman is a whore, that's not a kind of woman that you want. But now that you got her, you have to keep her. You have to keep her. And Lord allows she listens and changes her life, and then she can be a whore no more. Right. Right. Because, you know, of course, Cardi B, you know, was a stripper, whatever, was a whore, but she's been married up to Offset for, 3 years now, something like that. I don't look at, Cardi B, when she started dancing and make certain videos, is disgusting. But I don't look at Cardi B like a whore because she's been married for 3 years. Now she's married for 10 years, 20 years, 15 years. What you gonna 10 years from now? You're gonna call 15 years from now? You're gonna call Cardi B a whore? She's been with a man, the same man, for 10, 15 years. She's trying to wipe her. She's trying to fix her mistakes and clean herself, wipe herself clean by staying with one man.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So if she stays with the same man, you won't be able to call Cardi B a hoe no more, unless she's dressing the way she's dressing or she's twerking on on social media. Then she's embarrassing her husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, she's playing the whore, but she's not having sex with another man. You know what I'm saying? She's just embarrassing now.
Right.
And that's what Lori Harvey should do. Stop being a whore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do it no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The scripture. That's what.
Go ahead.
The book of James, chapter 2, verse 3.
Because give me the scripture with when you had to show when you had laid down a woman and you had to show the towels for the tokens, but if she did not have it, go ahead.
It really starts at verse 1, but you 1 verse 3.
Go ahead, start verse 1. Go ahead.
The book of James, chapter 2, verse 1. My brethren, have not the faith of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Lord of glory, with respect of persons.
Right.
For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man and vile raiment.
So now stop right there. You got a man that comes to you. You got one man who got on a gold ring and goodly apparel. He looks good and rich. Mm-hmm. And then you have a man that comes to you that's poor.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him.
The gay clothing today is those, the rich apparel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because a lot of the top brands, the creators or the owners are gay.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versace was a gay man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the women of these brands are homosexual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it fits. Go ahead.
And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing.
And not that there's nothing wrong with you having, those shoes. If you got some Gucci shoes or whatever, that's fine. But it's how you act with it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to, take an SHIT on brothers, if you're trying to purposely stun on brothers and flex on brothers, you're in the wrong spirit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them clothes don't mean nothing if you're doing that.
Right.
If you just have them and you being a brother, then it's fine.
Right. You
get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Sit thou and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place.
Right. So now that fly brother comes in, that rich man comes in. You want him to sit beside you, but he can be disgusting.
Yep.
Right.
He can be a rapist.
Right.
He can be a sellout. But because he's rich, hey, sit beside me, Steve Harvey.
Right.
Come sit beside me, TD Jakes. Come sit beside me, Future. Sit beside me.
Right.
But these men could be terrorists to your, these men could be trying to steal your woman.
Right.
Let you be a brother like, we brothers, we got bad sisters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got regular salaries.
Right.
Oh, we just now, we ain't the rich, we not rich brothers.
Right.
And we got some bad sisters. Now you gonna be, and you're gonna be impressed by a rich brother. He gonna come in and he has an evil spirit gonna try to take your woman.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come.
They're gay like that. Like I told you, that's gay. That is, like I said, that is gay.
Right.
That's the other thing too. So now on the flip side, Lori Harvey is a whore. You know what I'm saying? She is a whore. Now on the flip side, she been with these men within 2 to 1 years, a year or two. And y'all, Meek Mill shouted her out, said he wanted Lori on his wish list. Future, they was together, so Future was madly in love. He said, she called me daddy because my money long like Stevie, her father, Steve Harvey. And then he said, F the fame and the money if it's meant to be. Like, he said, forget my fame and money if it's meant to be. Like, we can get married. And what else he said? He said that she's his therapy. Like, she be talking, like, she be telling him about, he be telling her when, about his demons and things that he go through. She's his therapy, a whore.
Right.
She just was sucking on, say, Trey Songz. And she just was sucking on Diddy and his son. And you gonna kiss her. She probably gonna wipe her mouth, man. You tasting other brothers.
Right.
That's gay.
Right.
That is, and you wouldn't, and this is a thing, because when I was in, before, when I was in high school, I used to be in that thing, in that world, and then being like a brother that's so-called popular in school or get woman. It's ridiculous when you have an ego where it's though, okay, I took his girl, I got his girl now. Now you feel like a champion because you took somebody's girl,
Right.
and you feel it strokes your pride when you see that other brother mad because you got his girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You happy, oh yeah, see I got his girl, look, he mad. That nigga pissed off.
Right.
Like, that's gay, brother.
Right.
He just was inside that girl a couple days ago, or last night,
Right.
or whatever. She's a whore, man.
Right. Come.
You went right behind her. That's gay.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come. And say unto him, sit down here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand down there and sit here under my footstool.
So like, grab the door. Bro, go ahead, continue, read again.
Come. Sit down here in a good place.
So you go to the rich man and sit right here. Go ahead.
And say to the poor,
And say to the poor man,
stand out there, or sit here under my footstool.
stand out there, or sit here under my foot. That's ridiculous, man. And that's the same thing. Like I just told you, if a woman around our way, a woman in the hood or around our way was saying was doing the same thing like Lori Harvey, we'll call her a hoe. Everybody in the hood or around the way will be calling her a hoe. But because it's Lori Harvey, she got a little money up under Steve Harvey and her mother, and she dating rappers and R&B singers and athletes. Oh, it's fine.
Right.
Oh, you just judge because you can't do it. Then there was other women. Like I said, it was women going back and forth. Some women. I watched several podcasts when women were saying Lori Harvey was she's a whore. This girl. Okay, and this was the thing. This is how you know you need to check yourself, right? And the whole comes out of you. If somebody say Lori Harvey's a whore, and the first thing you say is, well, how you know she? Well, she not a whore. She just dating. Like that was the defense. The first thing was, well, if she was just dating those men, if she was just dating those men, that's not being a whore. She didn't have sex. Like that's what they think. That their defense was, every woman that dates a man doesn't have sex. That she don't have sex with that man, which is true, but it depends on the woman. It depends on the woman. Like it ain't like her. That whore was doing it. She was laying down with those men. There's other women that don't. You know what I'm saying? We have dated women ways though. They did not. We did not have sex with them. You get what I'm saying? So, but she was. And so then there was other women that was straight up saying that she was a whore. It was one woman who was disgusting. And that's why I brought up respected persons, because this is what she said. She said, Lori Harvey, she said, this is ridiculous. Okay. She said that the men that she was with were known to be womanizers and players and all that, which was true. Future, P. Diddy, been with J-Lo, this woman, that woman, and they'll keep them and stuff like that. And this woman and that woman. And other celebrities, Trey Songz, same thing. But this is the thing. She said it's better because she said if Diddy abuses her, that she said it's a high possibility that Diddy would not abuse her because he's rich and he has to watch his reputation. So he might not abuse her because he doesn't want to lose any money. But if he does, he'll pay her. She'll get a check. Now, if she gets abused by a broke brother, she said a broke brother would be more savage because he has nothing to lose, because he has no money. That's disgusting. That's what I brought out. That's the scripture I brought out. Read it again.
Come. The book of James, chapter 2, verse 3.
Shalom, sister. Good to see you.
Shalom.
Mm-hmm.
You may read it from verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel.
So Diddy has the gold ring. Go ahead. And goodly apparel. Go ahead.
And there come in also a poor man in vile raiment.
Now, a poor man. So imagine Diddy is imagine Diddy is abusive. Say he beats women. And now a poor man comes in and beats woman. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing.
And I respect Diddy because he got $900 million, but he beats women. Come sit beside me. And he's abused a woman. Come sit beside me. Go ahead.
And say unto him, sit thou here in a good place.
Sit here, Diddy. I heard the news. I heard you smacked the sister yesterday. I heard you kicked her down the steps. I heard you choked her, but come sit right here. You about to be a billionaire.
Right.
Come sit beside me. Go ahead.
And say to the poor.
And say to the poor man, the brother that lives around the way who chokes women, what?
Stand thou there.
Oh, stand over there. You like that? You put your hands on women and everything. Stand over there. Go ahead.
Or sit here under my footstool.
Well, you ain't nothing. Let me put you become a footstool. You put your foot on a footstool. He's under you. You treat him like he's under you. That's the respected person. And what that sister said was disgusting.
Right.
She said that she said a brother that's poor is more savage. A brother that's abused woman, he's more savage because he has nothing to lose. With Diddy, if he does it, she'll get some money. And she wasn't the only woman. All the podcasts I was listening to was talking about men that because Lori Harvey dated, Trey Songz, Future, Diddy, and Diddy's son, which is disgusting. We're gonna bring out that law too about you cannot have sex with a woman and the mother and the daughter. That's a sin. You cannot date a father and the son. That is a sin against God. We're gonna bring that out also.
Right.
But she dated those men, and that is fine because she can get a bag from them. It was all about money. Barack, give me the. This is for all you women that agreed who said Lori Harvey was not a whore. This is you. Give me the definition of prostitute. Because you got what I read. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 17.
Okay, first give me the definition of prostitute.
Come. Definition of a prostitute. To offer for sexual intercourse in exchange for pay.
To offer sexual intercourse or something for exchange of pay. All of you women who agreed who said Lori Harvey was not a whore, that she should date around, and all of you, and then the woman will say no, that she's a whore. But the other woman will counter. Their rebuttal was, but she having sex with, but you would be a whore if you get to have sex with Trey Songz and Diddy and Future. Like the comments and the conversation was disgusting because for average Joes, they were saying, nah, I would never do that. I would never go around to a broke man or a broke nigga. That's what they said. But when it's men with money, and these men don't even gotta give them money either. Like it's a lot of celebrities who treat them like whores, like they will not give them no money, or they'll get you'll get a purse. What is that? Aren't you more valuable than a purse? You know what I'm saying? That leather, I mean, some of that person might not be good, or it might be some good leather that might last forever, but your vagina, that person's going to be more valuable than your vagina. The leather's going to stay in shape and in good condition than your vagina, because your vagina is going to have more wear and tear than a damn purse, a Birkin bag. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's what I'm saying. We in a bad state, and the conversation, like I said, wasn't fully. It's to tell women that it's wrong to be a whore, but it wasn't fully to bash them. It's to show you. And we're going to go into the laws of how to change that, and how to be in the right mind, so the next generation, like our children, will have good examples. Like what I'm saying. Like we, what I'm saying. A lot of us weren't. Like I wasn't born in the truth. I came in the truth when I was 19. Before I was 19, I got high. It was a whole monger, made sisters whores, and all. It was sad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now, 10 years later, I'm a different man.
Right.
So that's what we want. We want brothers and sisters to now, change your past and become new, become reborn in Christ. What I'll ask for?
We had Deuteronomy chapter 22.
Right. So a lot of you women are prostitutes. That's what I wanted to say. Y'all prostitutes, because if you fought against the sisters who said that Lori Harvey is a whore, if you said no, if you said Salaki, if you said no, she's not a whore, and a lot of sisters were saying, "Oh, you just jealous because you're not in that position," or girl, you better mind your business and worry about your own coin because she get to the bag. She's getting to the bag.
Yikes.
A lot of y'all mentioned bag. A lot of y'all mentioned money. A lot of y'all mentioned prices. You sound like a prostitute.
Right.
You sound like a whore. Only woman I know that mentioned a lot of prices is gold diggers and whores and prostitutes and escorts. They mentioned a lot. They want that price.
Right.
They got a price. Go ahead.
It's so crazy now because I was on the internet and they was like basically praising her. They was like, "You the GOAT."
Right, and that's what I wanted to bring out because that's what I brought out. I said earlier, she has inspired the failed whores. There are whores that failed. They have gotten older. Like they used to be. Like Lori Harvey is crazy because she's 23. She's young, and that's why that's what they gotta understand. Like she's a beautiful young girl. She's a beautiful young lady, and she's using her youth and her beauty. That's why she's able to pull it off. You know what I'm saying? That must be somebody who was in the late 20s or early 30s, but certain men, so you get a young body or a fresh body that's 23, they're gonna fall for it every time. Especially if you have no discipline, you're gonna fall for it. And it's legal, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't go as far as R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? But it's legal, so there's no fault, but that they will fall. Not saying there's nothing wrong if you know what I'm saying. If you're a man of that's older than a woman, as long as she's legal. But if you gotta have the discipline, don't get her because of lust, because then your relationship is gonna fail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get her because she's beautiful and young, and then she's gonna she's gonna take advantage of you, or something's not gonna go right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But do it for the right reasons, and then the Lord will be with your relationship. And y'all married soon enough.
Right.
But yeah, we got you women are prostitutes, man. Not only y'all, but whoever sided with Lori Harvey. And y'all call her. That's the thing. Like the sister brought out, y'all called her the GOAT. Y'all said give her a belt, the wrestling belt. Y'all said give her a belt. Give her. What did they say? A belt. I forgot the other thing, but it was the belt, the Oscar, and the Grammy. And it was something else that you win.
An Emmy?
No, an Emmy, but I think it's something that you wear. It was a belt and it was something else you wear. I can't remember.
That does
Like the Miss America.
No, it was give her the belt, give her something, and give her an Emmy, give her a Grammy, give her an Oscar. And she's getting all these rewards, not because she had, it might have been a crown, maybe. It might be a crown now, but they said give her all these rewards. Usually when you get a belt, that's after you win a fight. When you win a Tony, a Grammy's from making good music, you beat all your competitors with the music, or the best music of the album, or whatever. The Emmy is for acting.
I have no idea.
The Emmy's for acting, and Oscar's for acting also. But she ain't done nothing but have sex with several rich men or several celebrities.
Right.
And the reason they said that she's the GOAT is because those was the whores who was uplifting her to inspire, and they inspire to be her. And this is the thing: when you poor, live in poverty, you dream of being rich. All of us are guilty of it. Sometimes I still wake up, we're dreaming of, damn, I wish I was rich. But it's a way. But now that you're in the truth, it's you're gonna use through the Bible to use, if you was rich, to how to use it, which was to take care of your nation, take care of your brothers and sisters, and to build something and to build protection from our enemy who are oppressing us every day.
Right.
To use that money to get our own black police or security, our own black army, our own black banks, our own black restaurants in the village and town, and Latino and neighboring it, like our own city. Like that's the mindset of a righteous rich man or woman.
Right.
An evil one is just want to be an individual, want to be rich on his own, and just want to be praised just for being rich. And then want people to worship them as a god.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you're nothing but a filthy woman or a filthy man. You ain't no different. The only difference from you and Diddy is money. That's it.
Right.
But you can be more righteous than Diddy.
Right.
A lot of these rappers, you way more healthy than them. They're drug addicts.
Right.
They walk around with, and that's why they walk around with thousands of dollars in their pockets, but without not saying you should do this, but without them security, they don't. You can go and push them brothers over. If you look at them, they smoke so much and do so much drugs. They so malnourished and have no strength. They don't go to the gym. They don't lift no weights.
Right.
There's only few celebrities that work out.
Right.
But the rappers, specifically certain rappers that do a lot of them bars and ecstasy and smoke a lot of weed and all that, they don't have no strength.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not doing no push-ups.
Right.
They're not jogging. They're not doing any curls.
Right.
You can go and take that money out of their pocket. Not saying you should. Don't steal from your brother. But I'm just showing how, they aren't better than you.
Right.
You're way more healthy than they are. You got more morals than they do. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with when Drake, like, a lot of them celebrities get women pregnant. Men get women pregnant that try to have an abortion. That's wrong. So you should not kill a child. You have to deal with your you gotta deal with the it's cause and effect. You have sex with a woman, she gets pregnant. You gotta deal with that.
Right.
So Drake got that white she wasn't a porn star, but the people on her porn star, but she does model and whatever, shake her behind, whatever she does. It's a step away from porn, right under porn. He was embarrassed by her. He was embarrassed when she got her pregnant. He was very embarrassed. But it's like, if you don't want to be embarrassed, don't lay down with a woman that she's going to be embarrassed by.
Right.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's and then where you at?
Deuteronomy 22 and 17.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 17. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid. Okay, so this is in Deuteronomy, right? Right, come.
This is in Deuteronomy. This is the law, whereas though the man went to the father agreed. The father agreed to give his daughter to a man. He laid down with her. So what they would do is that they would have sex on the bed, and of course, because she's a virgin, there's gonna be a little blood. The blood on the sheets was a token. It would represent the father kept the deal. Like he didn't finesse me. Like he didn't give me a woman who already had sex.
Oh, okay.
He gave me a virgin. Like his blood on these sheets. The father was not a liar. His daughter did not have sex before me.
Right.
She was a virgin.
Right.
Oh, she was a woman I'm sorry, because virgin means young woman. She was not a woman who had sex. So that's what we're going to read.
God. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her.
Right, so the occasion of speech is now that it ain't no blood on them sheets, or, he didn't, the hymen, he didn't rip the hymen, and, in black term, he didn't bust the cherry, like cherry already bust. Pop. Go ahead.
Saying, I found not thy daughter a maid.
Right, I found her. She was already, she already had sex.
Right.
Go ahead. You just throw it on vibrate, bro.
I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity.
Right.
And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city.
I'm sorry, this is the father. The father has the tokens is the sheets. So now he's going to the elders of the city. He's saying, this man is saying that my daughter was not a virgin, that she had already had sex. Right. He's a liar. Here's the tokens. Right. And he takes that sheet and he gives it to the elders. Go ahead.
And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him.
Right. They should take him and chastise him for being a liar.
Right.
Go ahead.
And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels.
Now they're gonna pay the father 100 shekels because he bare false witness against the father and the daughter. He lied. The reason I brought that up is because that's a part, and then we're gonna go on to give me if a man lay down with a woman, if a man betroth. I mean, sorry, entice a woman. That's the word, entice. I brought that up because the culture of the misunderstanding of dating in America now is that you can date and you can have sex with whoever you want to, and you can do whatever you want because you ain't got a ring, which is disgusting, man.
Right.
And which, more than disgusting, like I said, it's causing mental damage to our sisters.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like the sister, I respected the album. It was sister Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah, come.
You hear her?
Yeah, come.
You heard it?
I heard some of it.
Jasmine, you listen to Jasmine Sullivan got an album called Hotels.
Yeah.
And they was open and honest. Like she, like, you know, you got female rappers like City Girls who praise being a hoe and scamming dudes and getting money. This one was more of a confession.
Mm-hmm.
She confessed of you know, how it was Ari. Like she confessed of how she had sex with a guy and she was in love with his sex and she would do whatever he wants her to do.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. That is beautiful.
Right.
But he left her or something, like they broke up or something like that. And then she was showing, and she was saying like how, you know, like she had to get her mind back right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if you're laying down with a woman, she's madly in love with you, then you leave. Like, how's that? I'm glad we have women here. What does that do to sisters?
Lose your appetite, be depressed, stressed.
The sister said you lose your appetite.
That's the first thing.
A man, good night. A man is with a sister, and she said when you leave her, she loses her appetite, she's depressed, and what else?
Distraught.
And she's distraught.
Right.
That's really like you lose your appetite first.
Right. So now, when a woman goes to the next, so when you go to, say you go to the next brother or the next couple brothers. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, a brother's coming to meet you. He don't know that you've been that 2 brothers or 3 brothers have left you. He don't know that, right. But you have some kind of mental issues now, caused by them, and he got to deal with it. Right. And he looking at you like, man, I don't know what's wrong. She's crazy. Da, da, da. How was that? You know, have that ever happened where as though you may display something craziness on a brother or something like that, and he don't know where it's coming from?
Yeah, because it's just like you would think, since it's a pattern, you'll think if it's already 3, then I'm not gonna get too close to him, so you push him away because you think it'll happen to you.
And that's the destruction of our women. Yeah. Our women, you know what I'm saying? We those are our sisters. This world is so evil and so wicked because and I was heartbroken. My father got 7 kids. And I was talking to my second youngest brother. He's 20. He's 20. He's about to be 21 this month. I asked him if he have a little girlfriend. You know, you ask, hey, you 21, you got a little girlfriend or something? Because he had a little girlfriend in high school, but you know they not together. So I asked him, you know, you got a little girlfriend? He said, man, you know, I don't trust these hoes. Oh, but he's 20.
Yeah.
I'm like, it you know, broke my heart. You know, us being in the school, and now we married a woman for years, and it's like, you know, I'm heartbroken because I'm like, this brother doesn't even know like the real or the beautiful side of, you know, being with a woman that's, you know, not a hoe or not gonna that you can trust, and vice versa. With so y'all working on each other and healing each other, and y'all sharing yourselves of even of America and the culture, in the date culture, in the marriage of America. Right. You now actually following the true culture, the holy culture of marriage. Right. God's what God said marriage is. Right. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, at first, you know, I'm side-eyeing him like, look, you don't even know what marriage is. You know, you don't even know what hoes is yet. But then I had to think about it. When I was in high school, when I was 17, there was, you know, hoes. When I was when I was in 7th grade, because in DC we call a hoe a roller. So in 7th grade, used to call girls rollers, and certain girls will admit like, yeah, I'm a roller, because she would have a hit. It's because of her history. It's not because we just call you something. It was actual girls that I knew in 7th grade that would, you know, have sex with this man, have sex with this boy, And it's because she was probably molested. And it turned her to now having sex with this man and that man and this man at such a young age. We so destroyed in America. That's why you women who sided with Lori Harvey and defending Lori Harvey, you're are the destructions of your daughters. Because you don't know what a hoe is.
Now I was gonna piggyback off what you were saying. Like sometimes, like if you get raped or just say your parents do drugs, it's either you like refrain from it or you do it. It's like you see it so much you don't ever want to see it, or like if you've been raped, you either turn gay. It's just like it's either you go to it or you turn from it. And most of the times you actually go to it though.
Right, and they don't see, and like she get this sister hand. She's saying right. Like we gotta understand. Like we gotta understand that. You know what I'm saying? This world, bro. Give me you was already holding something, right? Okay,
I got some.
Cause give me destroy for lack of knowledge.
Okay.
Like what I'm saying, what the sister is saying is so heavy, is because this is what it's like living in America, and us not having our culture. You know what I'm saying? Like the Asians, they got their culture. You know what I'm saying? They got their kung fu, and they got their women are so-called Asian women are submissive, and the African woman is this way and this woman is this way. We had our way too, but now through slavery, we have now adopted a foreign and a harmful culture. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Us doing whatever we want to until we get a ring on our finger is destroying us physically and mentally and spiritually. That's why we got to fall away from it. Anybody that hears UPK here is teaching the streets. You know what I'm saying? You might not like it because you feel like we're too aggressive, too tough, but we tell them the truth.
Right.
We tell them the truth, and you are disgusting, and you don't realize that you are speaking against help.
Right.
Holy help at that, like the most divine help. Like this is the most divine help you ever get. Help you get off of drugs, help you get high, help you with your marriage, help you with forgiving your father, forgiving your mother,
right.
Help you with your own inner problems,
right,
and actually overcoming them and becoming a better woman, becoming a better man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Nah, Salagi. Nah, I was gonna say what you were saying was so heavy because, like, brothers and sisters, but sisters, like when they would do what they want to do until somebody puts a ring on their finger, what Beyonce said, if you like it, then put a ring on it, or whatever the case may be, and they just do whatever they want to do. And brothers as well. But it's, it's asking for something that you consider to be long term, or you want it to be long term, but you don't prepare yourself to be that. Like if you want to be a doctor, you don't just, up and say, out of nowhere, oh, I'm a doctor now. You got to go through steps, and you got to go through a whole procedure and preparation to become a doctor, something that's going to last, longer. A sister or a brother, they'll say what they want. I want a sister that's loyal. I want a brother that's loyal, a brother that's going to take care of me, A, B, C, and D. A brother's going to put a ring on it, but you don't move like you want a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? You do whatever you want to do, and then, you suspect this glorious, perfect brother when you're not a glorious sister yourself. And vice versa as well.
Right. Like you got to understand, like what the brother is saying, like you're saying you need a man with this and a man with that. A woman is saying, I gotta get married, or I'm looking for a man that, got this and got that, and he don't have any children, but you got children. He gotta have this kind of money, but you don't have that money. He got a 6-figure salary, or he's a millionaire. Right. But you work at CVS. Mm-hmm. We gotta come to reality. And it's nothing wrong with that. If a millionaire see a brother that see a sister that work at Shoppers and he want that woman, that's beautiful. Right. That's fine. Right. But let it be, that marriage relationship be in the laws of the Most High God. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not, it'll be beautiful, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? That sister, it doesn't, once again, just because she work at Giant or whatever, she can help that brother because she might. Sisters, and a lot of sisters that, because of their poor, they learn a whole bunch of survival skills. Right. Like they know how to go to, ShopRite and all these and all that, and stretch dinners and food, and they know how to they really got some survival tools. Right. And you need a sister like a strong. And every day, the hard world, the hard lessons in the hood have made them, strong and tough. And if they use it the right way, it'll be beautiful.
Right.
She'll be very resourceful.
Right. You went Hosea 4:6, sir.
Oh, wait, Barack, you got it? What scripture is that?
Yeah, the Tice one.
All right, that's Exodus?
Come.
Okay, give me that.
We got the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her.
So if a man entices a woman, what does that mean? Anybody know what that means? Entice. Go ahead, sir.
Like kick games.
Right, spit game to her, entice a woman. If a man seduce her, either he throws game, let her know, I like that. I see your hair matching your nails. I like that. I like how your outfit is. Oh, you're real fly today. Your lashes are beautiful, Yeah, nice. Special game. And you entice her and read on.
Come. And entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her.
And not betrothed. What does betrothed mean? Anybody know betrothed?
Not nobody's grabbed her yet, like to marry her.
Like she's not married. Like she's not married. She's not engaged. She's not courting. Go ahead.
Come. And lie with her.
And lie with her meaning have sex with her. Go ahead.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Right. Lori Harvey used to was somebody's wife. But now she has had 5 wives, and the sixth husband is not hers. Give me that one in the New Testament when Christ cut the sister at the well.
Right.
Go ahead and read it again.
Come. Verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Say again.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Right. So if you have sex with a woman, that is your wife. Sex is marriage.
Right.
Not dating, not you trying to figure out, what you got. Like, saying some women, I have heard, some women, like I said, is evil woman is good woman. Some women are saying, girl, you don't need to be so loose to be out there. They make you look a certain way.
Right.
It makes you look like a whore. Don't make you look good. You need to slow down. You got other women like, well, you gotta see which one you like. Whereas though that you're treating men like the samples at Haagen-Dazs, samples at Ben and Jerry's. Whereas you're like, let me sample the pistachio, let me sample the Rocky Road, let me sample the vanilla, let me sample the Reese's. You just like you just sampling ice cream, which is disgusting. Put a knowledge on yourself, man.
Right.
And you're lowering, your value has dropped.
Right.
If you speak in stock, your stock has dropped.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But coming back to the Most High, if we knew sex is marriage, it would stop a lot of us from destroying each other, and it would stop our women from us making our woman whores. Like back to the piggyback on what the sister was saying about. The album I talked about, Jasmine Sullivan. She was what's the other one? She has a song, and she's singing about making a whore. You made a whore out of me, so a whore I'm going to be. I couldn't fight against that song. I couldn't fight against it because it was so true. Because before this, I remember being a teenager and having girlfriends. And they was not hoes, and they wanted to stay with me, but you having status implanted in my mind because she didn't have a certain status, which is like, oh, her beauty at that time as a kid. You look at someone's beauty and their style, or her clothes, like what kind of clothes she wear, her style, how she talk, her popularity. You'll just use her for sex. And that has happened, unfortunately, in the past. And I pray every day the Most High, that I do some work that He'll wink at my sins. But I remember, multiple young ladies with us, though. You lay with them, and then Now and then they call me and I'm saying, oh, I'm not attracted to you. If you're not attracted to the woman, why leave with her? Why mess with her? Somebody will be. If there's somebody out here, somebody, a brother, you don't want to, some brother, she's going to get married.
Right.
A woman is going to get married. That's another you sisters got to understand, you know what I'm saying? Don't be insecure. There's a man out here for you. Trust me.
Believe it.
You think you'll be single forever? That is a lie.
Right.
Especially coming in the UPK. You're going to get married.
Right.
There's a man out here for you. But in that world, the reason why I treated sisters like that when I was 17, 19, and 16, in my mind, it was like, oh, I gotta get the most beautiful girl. And if she ain't the most beautiful girl, then I'm just, have my fun with her and that's it. I ain't gonna take her seriously. I'm not gonna wife her, which is evil.
Right.
And it's destroying a young sister. Some of them girls I still see today from when I was a teenager and watched them ways though they had boyfriends and boyfriends. I seen multiple of them now have children and they stayed with the baby father for some time and now they're not even the baby father. So now me being with them at the age of 16, 17, them having a kid in they early to mid 20s, and now we almost 30 or at 30. And they now with their baby father, you see the destruction. The path of 10 years to 15 years of the mental scars and damage that our women go through.
Right.
It's our job to stop that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we teach, to stop that.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? And we have done it. We like who's the best to teach on it than the man that done it.
Right.
Good night. I'm feeling like a vessel of black, I feel disgusting talking about. But it's the truth, and you got to deal with your truth.
Yeah.
Lord allow, I'm a new man.
Right.
A new man, a man reborn, and I don't, that's over. You get what I'm saying? And you practice, you teach other men not to do so, and other sisters not to do so.
Right.
Because I would do so.
So, like, if I may, too, sir, I wanted to say, and this is what's so special and different about the UPK. The I.S.U.P.K, we always say we're not affiliated with no other Israelite group because this is the one place where we hold men and women accountable for what they do. And this is the place where we follow the Bible. And we talked about it Saturday where we both was dealing with different situations, the two sisters.
Yeah, right.
And the sister, she was an IUIC. And she was saying how she'd been with this brother for 3 years. You understand? And she's asking me questions and certain things and stuff like that. And IUIC is telling the sister, because y'all don't have marriage papers, even though you have been with this brother for 3 years, and he been knocking your boots left and right and sideways, y'all not married. And it's so disgusting because in this sister's mind, she's free now to go and look for another man. And I asked sisters, like, sister, you say you and this brother, you lived for 3 years, y'all had sex. She's like, yeah, sis, that's your husband, man. You know what I'm saying? That's your husband.
Right. So
like,
what the brother is saying for those who didn't hear him, me and Kazak had two different situations where it was those two women who were not in the I.S.U.P.K. And he, like he said in the beginning, that's why we say we are not affiliated with any other Israelite school, because you Israelites that separated from the truth when you did, or from the UPK, are fools and do not keep the law.
Right.
You having sex with women and you're not keeping them. What Kazak is saying is, he was talking to his sister and she was saying, well, my husband was, the man I was messing with was in the IUIC, and we treated each other like we were married, but we come to find out that IUIC, that Nathaniel taught us that we are not married until we get that ring and them marriage papers.
Right.
That we are not married, which is destruction, because now he said the sister, ever since then, like when they first got together, they treated each other like they were married.
Right.
When their evil leader, the evil leader in IUIC told them that they were not married until they did those papers, it changed.
Right.
They, it was not the same. And now they're not even together, or it's off and on, or it's what they call that it's complicated now.
Right.
He destroyed a good thing because in the beginning they knew they were married.
That's right.
But he told them something different. You see how he destroyed it?
That's right.
They were married in the beginning.
Right. And they knew it.
And they knew it.
Right.
The leader go and tell them, and they respect him as a man of God. And then they say, what? Oh no, you're not married until you get those papers. He don't follow the Bible, man.
Right.
They destroyed sister. That's why the sister died.
Right.
That's why the other sister died.
Right.
If you're not in UPK, you ain't in the truth.
That's right.
Now my situation was a sister who was it was this on Facebook. I've been seeing on Facebook for a year or two. And when you come into the school and you shed yourself and you become more disciplined, you learn how to look. You can look and observe people. So this is one sister on Facebook for a year or two. I see, like you can tell sometimes with brothers and sisters how they post stuff and make stories, and you can tell who's on social media when they're trying to get attention. Or you can see their pictures and see their videos, and you watch their face and they look depressed or look like they're going through something. It was a sister like that on Facebook, and after like a year or two, she messaged me, and she was like, "I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for somewhere to live," because she was poor. She said when she was living with her parents or something like that, something was going on in her parents' house. She had to move, so she found some other Israelite group. The brother had moved her down and hooked her up with another brother, but that brother, he had sex with her, and they were living in the house, and they were living together. But then he didn't want to keep her because later on, some months later, his other wife came, or the wife he was already married to came, and he was trying to choose her over her. So now you got two wives. You got to take care of both of them. But he did not have the courage to take care of both of them. He didn't have the balls to tell his other wife, "Look, I got another wife, and y'all my wives." He don't have the balls. In the UPK, you learn how to build that strength up.
That's right.
Because it's tough.
Yeah.
Like it's tough. Like I felt even coming in here, even when you read the Bible and it tells you that you are the head of your household, and now you trying to give your wife an order. Me coming from a Christian church or Christian background, Christians don't teach you to be the head of your. The woman runs you.
Right.
So now it was when I first came in, some certain things or certain orders, it was tough for me to tell my wife what to do. Or try to keep them in order because I felt I would hesitate because of the fear. Because I'm thinking if I try to tell her something, I'm thinking she's gonna turn around and say, "You don't tell me what to do." I'm waiting for her to give me the Christian response.
Right.
So, but in here, I build that strength, and I'm not scared to give my wife, a woman that's under my authority, or order, or tell her what to do because it's gonna be the right thing.
Right.
And if she try to fight against it, I'm not gonna tell her, "Look, that's the right thing."
Right.
You need to fight yourself and do what's right. You get what I'm saying? He was holding. He was okay. So the sister that contacted me, she was looking for a man. She said she was worried. She was living in the house with another man, but his other wife came and no longer wanted her in the house. So now I said, "Man, I said, you live in another man's house, and he's saying y'all had sex." She said, "Yes." I said, "Sex is marriage." She said, "I told him that." But he didn't want to, he said that we're not married. And then I heard, and then she went downstairs and told him, he was like, "No, we're not married." So now he destroyed that sister because she sees the Hebrew Israelites and she know that Hebrew Israelites have the knowledge, but she don't know to come to the UPK. Well, she knew to come to the UPK then, but before, then they could choose any Israelite group. And that's a mistake.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if it ain't UPK, then you're destroying other brothers and sisters, man. You had the story for lack of knowledge?
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay. What scripture is that?
It's like Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Yeah.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We're not destroyed because we don't have enough money.
Right.
You know, so we're not destroyed because we don't have enough black colleges and enough this and enough that. We destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And the knowledge that we're missing is the knowledge of this Bible.
That's right.
Tomorrow, if women accept sex as marriage, the divorce levels would go down, would decrease.
Right.
Marriage will become stronger. If brothers accept and know that sex is marriage, that will be the end of our black sisters and Latino sisters and Native American and women, us making them whores. That'll be the end of us making them whores.
Right.
Or how the Uncle Tom Jesse says, slut maker.
Right.
Maybe the end of us making us being slut makers, man.
Right.
Like, you know, it gotta like this has to be an end. You know what I'm saying? Lori Harvey isn't the first whore, but she, you know, she's today's, you know, the young you know, she was the topic of today. You get what I'm saying? She's not the first one. We're trying to stop the Lori Harveys and whoever was before her, Lil Kims and whoever else was before her. You get what I'm saying? That's the mission of UPK, which is to stop the sin, which is to stop the breaking of the law,
Right.
which is to help brothers and sisters shed from the world.
Right.
Is any more on that?
Couple cut.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge.
We rejected knowledge. You see how sisters were saying, Laura Harvey, she a woman. The other sisters would come back and say, oh, you just jealous because you ain't going to be able to have sex with Diddy and Future and Trey Songz and this man.
Right.
You ain't going to never get that. And a lot of sisters was on that. It was another it was another sister. There was another Haitian sister, Jessie Wu. She I follow her on Instagram. She was like, she said, this is crazy. She said, you are a phenomenal woman. She said, you need to teach a class.
Yeah.
She said, you are the Thanos.
Oh,
She called her Thanos because Thanos collects. He has a gold. Thanos has a golden glove and collects what, rubies? Like, what do you need? Like
Stones.
5 rubies? Or
Stones.
Infinity stones. He needs Infinity stones, and it makes him what, powerful. He can kill anybody. He can snap his finger, whatever. He got to collect those stones in that one golden glove, and it makes him powerful. She said that, you know, she said, you really collected the Infinity Stones. She called him today's Denzel Washington. What they said is for our generation is Michael B. Jordan. So that's one stone, Michael B. Jordan. The other stone is Diddy, and I guess it might be the other stone might be Diddy and his son. The other stone is Future. The other stone is Trey Songz. And then, you know, she had other ones. She had soccer players she dated, and she was seen. I seen that video when she was seen with Akon's brother. Akon's brother had his hands around her waist at some club or wherever the hell they was at. You know, so. But she said, you need to teach a class. And the reason she said it is because Jessie Wu knows that she will never be in that position. But she wants to be in a position of having a baller or a rapper or something that a rich man. So a lot of women are like praising her because it's like, yo, that's like, you know, hard enough to get one millionaire. But you got multiple millionaires and multiple billionaires? Girl, you on a roll.
Yeah.
We are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man.
Right.
We are destroyed and we rejected knowledge.
Right.
But also, this is the thing. This is the flip side. When things go south, don't cry. Because you cry a lot. When things go south, Megan Thee Stallion, you can say you got shot in the foot or something like that. When things go south, now you got now you know some woman is saying that she's pregnant. She's pregnant and that rapper don't want to be with her. Now she got to go through. Now you're going through the tussle of trying to get him on child support. Or when he drops you, you know, say a rapper he get with you. But he only had sex with you for one night. But you treat that as a highlight in your life.
Yeah.
That's miserable.
Right.
We are in a miserable place. Think about how miserable that is, Wiz, though. Okay, say, you know, we average, you know, say you go to a sister, you say that, you know, you get your paycheck, a sister goes to a concert, the rapper sees her, invites her backstage, has sex with her, she becomes a groupie. Get the rapper's name tatted on her body or something like that. And then he dumps her after a day or dumps her after a month or a couple of months. She gonna be, some sisters will talk about that time. Say that time she's 20 or 30. She's gonna talk about that time when she's 60.
Yeah.
Some of them. Girl, I remember I was with Trey Songz. Growing up, like that's they talk about it. They're gonna talk about it 20, 30 years later because it'll be a highlight in their life. That one night. We are in a bad state, and they gotta be fixed.
Right.
You about to say something, Zach?
Yeah, Slacker, sir, if I may. And it shows just how much this is a respect as a person. It's like we taking on the white man culture so much, and we become so lustful that we respect people that have money and status. That sister, Jessie Wu, that said Steve Harvey's daughter was Thanos. She would not have said that if this sister was with 5 regular average niggas in the hood.
And that's what I said.
Like she's a whore if she was just a regular sister with regular brothers. But because she's with rich men, it's like, oh, it's an accomplishment. It's like you're a prostitute.
That's what I said. That's why I brought up the definition of prostitute because they keep bringing up wealth and bringing up money.
Right.
Like I said, if this was your cousin or something like that, when you at the cookout or family reunion and all the family around, Big Mama or you will embarrass your niece or embarrass your cousin. The family will be right there, and you'll pull her card. Somebody gonna pull her card. Oh, why you brought? Okay, you brought Tyrone to family reunion. What happened to Jason? What happened to Anthony? What happened to Marco? You want to embarrass her in front of the family. But because these are rich men, you respect them. You are respected persons, and God don't. That's disgusting in God's eyes.
Right.
It's disgusting.
Right.
Like I said, a lot of people still love R. Kelly.
Right.
And he's a full-out molester.
Right.
Still love him.
God.
I got scarred. Like I watched on the documentaries on R. Kelly on Netflix, and they were showing like how he was like, yeah, R. Kelly, he kept pulling up to the high school. Yeah. You know, he was 30, he was 28, and then he was 30 something. He kept, you know, he would come to the high school after school and invite the girls to the studio. Like, Negro, you rich, what are you doing? It's a lot of women that'll love you.
Right.
You ain't gotta go to nobody high school. Why you like what's wrong? Like you have an issue and a demon you need to fight.
Right.
You need to fight that demon out.
Right.
Like, and it shows you that money means nothing. All the money that R. Kelly had, it ain't mean nothing. He wanted a little girl.
Right.
He ain't care. He ain't care. He's a millionaire. He said, I want a little girl. It's ridiculous, man. Right. I watched that. I did not know when he was messing with Aaliyah that she was like 13. Like she was like 12. It's like I think when he first met her, she was 12, and then later on she was 15. When they were so-called engaged or married, she was 15. I didn't know she was that young because I was too young to really know that. So I had to do, a lot of stuff I'm too young for, but I would go back and do the research on. Like I do research on, celebrities and artists and even people that make music in the 20s and 50s. I listen to their music and see how Elvis stole their music. But, at that time when I did that research on Aaliyah, I was like, dang, she was young when R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yes, sir.
He's disgusting.
Most of them kind of be wanting it because they see that the money and stuff.
And that's the thing. Like we gotta shed ourselves of, you know what I'm saying, and them little girls that it's a lot of things that's mixed with it. It's idolizing us being taught who to idolize.
Right.
We should be taught to idolize rich people. Mm-hmm. Rich people sometimes come out to be the most disgusting people. Like Diddy. Like Diddy's son was dating Lori Harvey first, then Diddy dated her. That's weird. That is. But what I'm hearing is rich people do a lot of weird stuff. Like they do a lot of weird things.
Yes.
So it's we got to fall away from idolizing rich people and celebrities. Yeah. Not saying all of them are bad, right. But we got to fall from idolizing it because of the culture that we have as a whole of looking at TV. Like I remember I was so pissed off by my little niece. And I'm looking at my aunt because she letting her do it. She got her tablet. Just like this little sister right here. Got to look at the phone. Little niece had a tablet. She was 6 years old looking at Nicki Minaj. And then, this was the thing. My aunt taking my niece shopping, and my niece 6 years old, at 6 years old, it's telling her that she want short. She want booty shorts. She said booty shorts out of her mouth. She said, I want booty shorts. And she's trying to pick out clothes, skimpy clothes, because she's looking on the tablet and watching Nicki Minaj. So, like, you had go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I really think it's more so fame. Because there's a lot of rich people that's not known.
Right.
They just rich.
Right, it's a fame.
It's fame.
And you're right. I meant to bring it up. It's most definitely.
They
It's
get
a
that
fame.
fame and that clout, and it's like it bothers them or something. They turn crazy.
It's and a lot of us want that's another thing I meant too. I'm glad you brought that up because I was supposed to say fame also, because you can be rich and get money, but it's something about also something in us that wants that attention because we live in oppression and live in poverty. We want that attention and want that fame. Did you have a hand, bro?
Oh God.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say what the sister said about the money thing. General Hyman a couple weeks ago had went into, it was around Christmas time. He was having one of the scripture breakdown classes, and he was saying like in the holiday spirit in America and in general, like you grooming your children or your daughter to be accepted to do anything for a gift because she's so used to this gift when you get on Christmas and what she had to do to get this thing. Now she's susceptible to anybody that's trying to give her $40 for a body. Now she's, vulnerable, or she wants so much for anybody that's going to keep up with her lifestyle, her nails, her eyebrows, her eyes, her hair, her outfit, her everything. And you start to groom her to, to be this thing. When you said the thing about your niece and seeing the Nicki Minaj, whatever the case may be. With these same things, you see what it is that these women like, or these celebrities, or the fame, what they like, and at a young age, you're giving them such a taste of that, by giving them that, access to such things. You know what I'm saying?
So like the Christmas thing, like we don't celebrate Christmas, and that's celebrate, and all these things that you celebrate, a lot of times it has something, or it had an evil effect behind it. The evil effect of Christmas is when that child doesn't have a good Christmas or doesn't have a Christmas, they're gonna hate you, and they're gonna do anything to have a good Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like so many rappers, this is one rapper. He was rapping about how broke he was and how he didn't have Christmas. Like they will cry about not having Christmas, cry about not having a good birthday. In the UPK, we don't celebrate those things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous with this, And Christmas, to a lot of people, seem harmless. It seems like it wasn't harm, but it's very harmful. Because when you do not give that child what they want, or you do not give them a good Christmas, they're gonna hate you.
Right.
Or they don't have one because times are tough, so you can afford this or afford that. They're gonna talk about you like a dog when they get older. I'm so much, my father didn't give me nothing, and now she got some so-called man who's just gonna give her a good Christmas when he's just at that time using her or something like that. And it's a prostitute game, like those rappers. It's another brother that's in the industry. He on his podcast, he was telling him how Joe Budden was telling him the prices on certain popular women, like Instagram models and certain women, like you give her $2,000, you give her $5,000, you give her $6,000, and that brother that was saying, he was like, man, I'm cheap. I'll never spend any money. He said, I'll pay for a woman's flight to come and see me, but I'm not gonna give her $5,000. I'm not gonna give her that. I'm not gonna give her that. But it's crazy the price that our daughters have on them,
Right.
and it's crazy that we taught to respect a price. And we gotta know that black woman, you're valuable. We're the most valuable creature on earth.
Right.
Like it ain't you know what I'm saying, the price, that's disrespect. That should be disrespect to you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody offer you $2,000, offer you $20,000, like you should, you're not for sale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're a daughter of Zion.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
What was the other scripture I wanted? Was there anything else on the read that again? Yeah. I'm gonna pull the apocrypha.
It's like which one, sir?
The one you had an Amos. Was it Amos or Hosea? No, Hosea.
Okay.
Hosea 4 and 6.
Come on. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt not be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. So like you had also asked for the sister at the well. You had 5 husbands, and you have none.
Yeah. So read that part again. The last part of the Most High. This is the thing, right? Those same women who cheered on who championed Lord Harvey for successfully dating several millionaires and billionaires. You also received or have been receiving the negative of chasing that. A lot of y'all have chased rich men or chased men that have money and have got nothing from it. And came up on and a lot of y'all, majority of the time you come up on a short end. That's why Lori Harvey's been being championed, because she's the one. She's like the 1%. Like she's the 1% that was successful in dating these millionaires. When the majority of sisters might try it, who's in that lane, not all women, but the woman who's in that lane, who's in that lane, fail. So that's why they champion her. Go ahead.
I would say like having your dream fulfilled of being an NFL star or NBA star that champion her, like she's that 1% that made her got her dream.
Yeah. So the brother brought it out was just right. You know, so imagine you was in high school and you got a scholarship to college, but you didn't make it to the NFL. A lot of brothers and sisters didn't make it to the NFL or WNBA or NBA, but that one brother that did, I championed him. Like, oh, you made it, or something, and you feel like you feel like you sometimes if you're close to that brother that made it, you feel like you're living through him. Now on the evil side, you failed whores that try to get a millionaire, but you try so much that now you have failed attempts. Now you got you're single and you have 5 kids to 6 kids. You're single. You got no man. Or you got a couple men, but they won't take you seriously because you've damaged your image. You've damaged your reputation. You started off with a beautiful reputation. That's the thing. No matter what kind of woman you are or how you feel about yourself, all of you start off with a clean slate. Like all of you start with a clean slate. You're on the same page. Now, when y'all, the only thing that makes another woman better than you, or not the only thing, but one of the most important things is when one woman keeps her legs closed versus a woman that keeps her legs open, or open her legs up to multiple men. That's when your value goes down. That woman that kept her legs closed or knows how to respect your body and tell a dude, "Nah, we ain't gonna have sex the first time." She right for saying that. She right for saying, I don't want to be treated like this. We got to be treated like that. And a right man will look at her like, oh, she's being difficult because he want a hoe and he'll leave. But there will be a man that will respect her if she tells him, "Nah, we ain't gonna, I'm not like that. I'm not gonna have sex the first time we meet. I gotta get to know you. You gotta meet my parents, things like that." There is a man that will go through that, and most of the times it'll end out. Lord allow it, it'll end out good. Somebody told me something. Oh yeah, you told me something for me, right?
The end of Hosea 4:6. Brock, you got it.
Right now.
The end of
You got it, brother. You got Hosea 4:6. Go ahead and read it for me.
End of 4:6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slide to it.
Hosea 4,
Okay.
verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Said the end. Just the end.
You can read from the top. Go ahead.
Okay. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
And you read. You can raise your voice a little. You raise your voice a little bit too when you read. Go ahead. Yeah.
That's what I had. Here my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee.
So God, the Lord is rejecting us, man. That's why we whores and prostitutes, man. That's why we whoremongers, man. That's why we end up with AIDS and HIV. The Lord is rejecting us, and that's why we're on child support. That's why there's a woman at home with 5 kids, and now it's ridiculous because she's at home with 5 kids, with different men. The kids are from different men, and she's stressed out because there's so many. You one person, and all these kids running around. You ain't got nobody to help you. Nobody. You stressed out. Now you start cursing other kids or start fighting the kids. The kids hate you because you turn, you might be a little extra abusive with them because you're like, I told you to sit down, and woman just spaz out on her kids. It's a whole mess. But this is the state that we're in when the Lord had rejected us because we rejected him. Go ahead, brother.
I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
Right.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
We forgot the law. We forgot the law of our God, man. We forgot when the Lord said, there shall be no whores in Zion. There shall be no sodomite. There should be no homosexuals. We forgot that. Go ahead.
I will also forget thy children.
The Lord forgot our children. Lori Harvey is 23, a young, sweet thing. She was sweet, young thing. She looks young. She's beautiful. She looks young and sweet, but she's not inside. She actually, she's ridiculous, man. But if she stops, she should stop. Just stay with Michael B. Jordan. Stop. You're in a good space. You got Michael B. Jordan. Stay with him. And like I brought out earlier, Cardi B. She been with Offset for how many years now? I can't even call Cardi B a whore no more. She might dress like one or dance like one, but if she stayed married with Offset 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now, I can't call Cardi B a whore because she been staying with having sex with one man for 5, 10, 15 years. Nobody can call her a whore. They can say, "Oh, you dressing like one," but that's about it. Go ahead.
I actually have a different type of respect for her, even though, as you said, she was playing the whore. On her loving hip hop thing, when she found out that what is his name, Stevie J, had a whole nother somebody, she cut him off. Said, "You know what? We can still make our tracks and do business, but you'll never see me again. Don't call me no more."
Yeah. Oh no, I love him up certain things she did do. Now, with that man, if she was Stevie J, if she did get with Stevie J, it would not be nothing wrong with it. If he had, he had Mimi, say he was still with Big Mother Mimi, whatever. He could have got Cardi B. That's fine. A man can have another woman. He just has to do it the right way. He can't don't lie to them. Don't lie to them. You don't got to tell them, each other business. Like, you don't have to say, she's doing this and she's doing this. Don't tell them about each other, but don't lie to your woman. And you just got to take care of both of them. Right. You get what I'm saying? A lot of brothers that have, in the world, you call like a dog or, whatever. A lot of brothers be scared, I got caught. Or Sharana called and Shorty seen my phone. Sharana called, oh, shit, what want to do? You ain't got to do all that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had two ribs before, and my rib was calling. My wife would say so and so is calling, or she would just give me my phone, and then I go in the living room, whatever. I talk on the phone. That was about it. My wife ain't saying who is this calling you. She know who called. My wife had packed my book bag before, my socks and my underwear, and she had packed my a bag for me to go to another woman's house. Have done that. So I'm a brother that went through that through I.S.U.P.K. Thanks to the Most High Christ. Right. And brother, you can do it too. That's right. So Stevie J, it wasn't. I get what you're saying though. She has certain things that she says that we do have respect for, like when she talk, certain political things, or sometimes she speaks. Cardi B speaks kind of real sometimes, and it's cool when she says. But the thing is, I brought her up because she's been with Offset, even though they had their little Offset so-called cheater. He needs to stop messing with whores. That's what he needs to do. If you're going to get another woman, get her and take care of both of them. If you're not going to do that, relax. But she been sticking with him. Even through turmoil. Which and she can go get something, there's other brothers that want Cardi B because of her status. But she stuck with him. That's what she should do. Go ahead. You something you want to say?
I just want to say I just saw that she had a respect for her own self.
Right. It's good. So that's what I'm saying. It's that Lori Harvey should do the same thing. Because Cardi B used to be a stripper, not that, but She just changed. She's trying to change her ways, or has changed her ways, and that's what we teaching here, to change your ways. Lori Harvey, you know, you look terrible. Your record is horrible. You know what I'm saying? You ain't, you know, you less than a penny. You less than a penny for real. But you can wipe that reputation with 3 years. 3 years of staying with one man. You know, people will forget about it, just like people forget about Cardi B, her bad past. You got the next scripture? Cause
Con. We had John chapter 4.
Mm-hmm.
John chapter 4, verse 16. Yahushua said unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Yahushua said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband.
Right. That was just a cut. Like this was showing that Christ knew that she had multiple men, that she was having sex with multiple men. And even the man that she was with, she wasn't going to stay with. He said, you have had 5, and the one that you're with is not your husband. That we should not. That's how our woman. That's the state of some of our women, or majority of our women today. It gotta not be like that. Brothers, we guilty too, because we have had women who were not whores and they wanted to stay with us, but we weren't. We judged her on an evil code or evil standard. The evil standard was that she had to be the most beautiful, that she had to be the most whatever America taught us. Because I know that's what I did as a teenager. Like, you know, you had to be the most this or the most that. You know, if you didn't look like, and it's crazy because another whore, Amber Rose, it's Kanye's fault. I blame Kanye.
Yeah.
But Amber Rose, at that time when she came out, a lot of sisters had cut their head bald like Amber Rose back in 2011. I had one of my girlfriends cut her head bald back in 2010 or whenever, 2009. I think it was 2009, 2010. I wanted my girlfriend to cut her head bald. You see the influence that we follow?
Right.
It's disgusting.
Con.
And also, what happened? Amber Rose had Kanye West. He loved Louis Vuitton. Kanye West was at the Louis Vuitton store. He got a picture. Him at a Louis Vuitton store, sitting on a chair. Amber Rose is laying. He got on clothes. He got on a black sweater, a black pants, black shirt, and black shoes, and got Amber Rose laying across him. She's naked.
Yeah,
I wanted my girlfriend to do the same thing. I wanted to be in Louis Vuitton in a couch with some Louis Vuitton shoes on, and let my girl lay across me naked. I wanted to take a picture so I could put it on my, at the time, what was that? Facebook and MySpace.
MySpace, yeah.
Me, I wanted to do that. You see where my mind was at then? I was influenced by stupidity and disgustingness and whoredom. A lot of us are influenced by that. That's why women or young women today love Lori Harvey. And saying that she's Thanos. And saying that she's the champion. Because she got to date multiple rich guys. And she did it within 2 years. In the short, she made quick work. Her vagina needs a break.
Oh my goodness.
She needs a rest.
Right.
Needs a rest. It's a scripture, I believe in Esther. Esther wasn't a whore, but she had to bathe in oils and sweet scents for a year before she married a king. She didn't even have sex with the king. She didn't even see the king. But before she even seen the king, she had to bathe herself in oils and rich and sweet scents for a year. Lori Harvey needs to bathe herself in scents for 2-3 years, for some years. Okay, it needs a rest because it's been, oh boy,
Right.
like, you know, she's 23. She's supposed to what's a new car? A new car don't have no mileage. Say you buy a new car with no mileage, or a new car has low mileage. She's like an old car. She's like a 98 Civic or something. Like, it's ridiculous. It shouldn't be like that.
Right.
Well, she's close to it. Like she's going to be very close.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. Oh, you said brother had this question, right?
Yeah, cuz.
Go ahead.
He was just asking.
This is on YouTube.
Yep, couple cuz.
Okay. Was any other question on YouTube?
Nah, this one right here, sir.
Okay.
Night Shift 4634 said, "Does the willing young girl get punished when they got caught in the old days?" And so he's referring to like the R. Kelly Aaliyah situation where the girl is underage, and he wants to know, does the girl also get punished?
Okay, so there's no scripture that says anything about it. The scripture there's only scripture about women and the man being punished is only when when they would receive death when a woman was already married and she had sex with another man. And if that, you know what I'm saying, that woman would die. Also, that man would die also, or that man would die if he knew. He would die. But there's no the only thing that's close, the only scripture that's close to a man and a young woman would be Mary and Joseph. Whereas though the spirit was the angel put the spirit on her to have sex with Joseph, but Joseph, because Mary and Joseph did not have a marriage ceremony, it was embarrassing.
Right.
Like, just like all of us were born without our parents having a ceremony. A lot of us were born before our parents got married, or our parents didn't even get the marriage papers. So, it was embarrassing to Joseph, and that's why Joseph had hidden Mary when she was pregnant at the time. But she was, she was a young woman, but that's the only thing. There's no really no scripture that says anything about a man that had. It doesn't talk about molestation, but it does talk about rape. If a man rapes a woman, then that's full of scripture. If a man rapes a woman, then he commits death. She must yell out. She must scream, and that brother will the consequence is death. Barack, give me let me see.
Deuteronomy 20:25.
What that one say?
About the rape?
Yeah, what that say?
But Deuteronomy 22:25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field.
Right, so this is a man that finds a married woman. Go ahead.
Well, if a man found a betrothed, but if a man found a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her.
Right, so if a man force a married woman, to have sex with her,
then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Right, because that woman, she was forced, so she's not guilty.
Right.
Only that man will die. Is there anything else above that or below that, Barack?
Verse 26,
Mm-hmm.
But unto the damsel, thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man rises up against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. Maybe verse 27. For if he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father. So that goes off.
Okay, that one isn't rape. That one is if a man, because and the reason it said you can read that. Read that.
But unto the damsel.
This also what he's bringing out is if a man has sex with a woman, he has to pay her father. The reason why is because he's supposed to go to the father first. But if he did not go to the father first, Go ahead and read, bro.
And if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her.
Right. So he got to give her father 50 shekels. He got to give her father 50 shekels, and he shall betroth her to be his wife because he has humbled her. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, once again, sex is marriage, man.
Right.
Whoever the first man, whoever that first boyfriend in 2015 that Lord Harvey was with, she's supposed to stay with him. Not hop man to man, man to man. Yes, Lord Harvey is a whore. Yes, you are a whore if you believe it. Right. And I got another thing, because I know some of y'all women who agree with Lord Harvey being a champion, but I also know that a lot of y'all are in the beehive. Y'all love Beyonce. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Well, what about when Lord Harvey flirted with Jay-Z? Was trying to get with Jay-Z at Jay-Z's Rock Nation brunch. What y'all gotta say about that? Because now look, the men that she was with was so-called single. Diddy was single. Future was single. Trey Songz was single. But you don't believe that a man should have another woman. So Jay-Z is married to Beyonce, but Lori Harvey was trying to get with Jay-Z too at his brunch. And Jay-Z had to say, I'm married. Jay-Z was like, I'm married. I'm married. I'm married. Kevin Hart wife is right there. Kevin Hart wife is pissed off. You can see her face. She turns to the side like, just a little whore. Kevin Hart's laughing, but he can't say nothing because he just so-called cheated on his wife. Right. So he couldn't say nothing. Right. He but smile. And Lori Harvey's right there looking at Jay-Z's face. And Jay-Z got to say, I'm married. I'm married. Go ahead.
No, she tried to get with Jay-Z.
At his brunch. Listen, Jay-Z had a Rock Nation brunch last year or year before last. Well, all the celebrities was there that he invited. The cameras is out because all the celebrities are there. Diddy's there. Beyonce came later. All the rappers are there. And then the camera caught Lori Harvey walking up to Jay-Z trying to go on a date or trying to do something. Wow. He laughing like, I'm married. I'm married. I'm married. Like telling her because she's trying to get with him. So now what y'all women gotta say about that? Because I know y'all love who y'all love more, Beyonce or Lori Harvey now? Right. I got a trick for y'all. I got y'all now. Was Lori now was she wrong for that one? Or is she still Thanos? Or is she Honos? Which one is she? Y'all, you know, I got y'all now. What was the script? What scripture you had?
Deuteronomy.
It's one of the apocrypha, Salaki. I want to get the one of the apocrypha with the arrows and the quiver, because
okay.
And the apocrypha it's about arrows and the quiver. Because
it's in Ecclesiastes.
Mm-hmm.
Salaki. I just had it just now.
Because see, you can find me the one when it says hold a scorpion in your hand. Okay. That's in Ecclesiastes too, also. But courting, because for y'all woman, for y'all woman who said that every man that you date you don't have sex with, yes, that's true, but she has sex with those men. Also, courting is when you can't court. This is the thing. If Lori Harvey was just courting those men and not having sex with them, and she was doing it one by one, and the only reason why people be paying attention to it is because she's famous, because the cameras are on her. Because if this was a sister in the hood, nobody would care. She can do that. She can court Diddy. But she cannot court Diddy, and her sin was with Diddy and Diddy's son. She can't have both of them. She got to court one of them. If it don't work, she ain't have no sex with Diddy, so now she's not a whore. Now she want to court. Now move on to Future and court Future, date Future, but she had no sex, and the courtship did not work, and now she go to Trey Songz. She ain't had no sex. She not no whore. People just gonna look at her like, girl, you kind of getting around, but she's courting. That's fine. But that's just not what happened. A lot of y'all trying to say, "Oh, she ain't had sex with all men." Yes, she did.
Right.
She's a hoe,
Right.
and you a hoe too because you like her.
Right.
You inspired to be her because of the men because these are men that you have on your as your screensaver, who was a poster on your wall or a screensaver on your laptop, or when you get moist or sloppy when you watch Netflix and he comes on the damn screen. And you can't help yourself. It's no problem. It's natural. But you wish you was her.
Right.
And her getting Michael B. Jordan put the nail in the casket. It was like, hold on, because a lot of people love Michael B. Jordan, which is fine. There's no sin in that. But because she got him, it was like, yo, you Thanos. You are Thanos.
Because I didn't even think he liked black women.
And that's the thing. And I didn't even know that because you not the first. A lot of sisters were saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I put the post, a lot of sisters was like, Salaki said, at least he chose a black woman.
Because he that wasn't really his preference.
He said that or something?
Yeah. It was a minute ago, and they was like, even when a girl played the Creed too, he didn't really want it. Like, she cool, but he would have wanted a white girl.
And he said
That was a
white
rumor.
Creed?
I don't know if it's 100% true.
There's something wrong with him.
So that's why, and no one never seen him with a girl. So that's why it's like, because you hear him saying, it was a rumor, so I don't even know if it's 100% true, but that's what I heard.
It gotta be true because you'll tell you, you're not the first one.
And so when he got Lori Harvey, even though she's lighter, she's still black. So everybody was like, wow, you like black women?
You got a black woman.
Yeah.
Even for him to say that, he felt as though he reached such a status that black woman is too dirty for me now. Like, Negro used to play in the wire. You know what it is. Like you're not from Baltimore, but you know, come on, bro. Now you went from the wire to Fantastic Four to Creed to this movie, that movie. Now you got so much pride. Black women not good enough for you. That's ridiculous. Go ahead, Barack.
God, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler.
Okay, this is a whore.
Yikes.
Listen closely. These are bars. She would open her mouth like a thirsty traveler. Pause. Good night.
Yikes. Denied.
You thirsty as hell.
Denied.
You a thirsty thought.
Yeah.
Your mouth is open like a thirsty traveler. That's Lori Harvey. That's you hoes who like her.
Yikes.
Bars. Next.
When he had found a fountain and drink of every water near her.
You found a fountain, you're gonna drink of every water near you. You got some of Diddy's water in you, some of Diddy's son's water in you. You got some of Trey Songz and Future's water in you. And now Michael B. Jordan is kissing you and tasting all the waters. That's disgusting.
Yikes.
Brother. That pH balance ain't right. That water is not right. You're tasting all the waters.
Fire water.
That's worse than Flint water. That's worse than Flint. Go ahead.
By every haze will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow.
You're gonna okay. The quiver is that holder that you'll put on your back and you'll put your arrows in there. That's a quiver. You know what that's representing? Her vagina. And she's gonna open. Salaki, I just tell the truth. Her quiver is what?
By every haze will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow.
Oh, listen. That's how many stones she got? Now the stones are arrows. They're penises.
Right. Yeah.
Diddy's penis and his son. Future's penis. Trey Songz' penis. The soccer player's penis. All them arrows. You're gonna open up your quiver to every arrow.
Good night.
It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. How much? What else you got on that?
That was the end of that verse, sir.
That is one of the most fire verses I love. I love to pull that when we talk about topics of whores and marriages. I love it. I love it because that gets to the point. And it's true. And we gotta stop being so gay and chasing women like that. That's gay. Like she was just with this brother last night. You gonna go and kiss her and want her and take her. Like she ain't brush her teeth. Brother. She ain't gargle nothing. Well, she gargled, but she ain't gargle with Serene. Like, brother. Come on, man. We gotta be much better than that. We gotta be much, much better. Cause what you got? That's the last scripture too.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro.
And the one who's gonna get this is that mother. Like Lori Harvey, you gotta look at her mother. How you say majority? Not majority. Her name is spelled. Looks like majority. Her name is Marjorie. Like she was with Steve, but she has a history too. She has a history too of being with rich men. And Lori Harvey talked about her mother's the one that started it because Lori Harvey talked about how she first started off. I heard her story. Right? When she first started off, they from she told me where they from. She didn't tell me. I'm listening to her interview. She's from like Tennessee, somewhere from down south, that's small. And but because she's a pretty young girl, she modeled for a small clothing store. And then when she got older, she modeled for another clothing store. But her mother, through her whoring and gold digging, had got, and that when you in that lane, that'd be your goal. Look for a rich man, or look for, it's always the next step. Because I used to be in the same thing, which is when I was a teenager, the step was the status of a woman. Like when I was young and stupid, is the beauty and her popularity as a teenager. So I'm trying to get a woman that look like this, woman that look like that, a woman that got the most followers on Instagram. Stupid boy. You get what I'm saying? So her mother was the same way, which is she went step by step, messing with this rich person, this rich man, this man, trying to get there, and she ended up taking trips to Paris and stuff like that, taking her daughter to Paris at a young age, and then they met some man who was either her mother had created a relationship with somebody who worked in Dolce & Gabbana. Either the founder, not the founder, but either somebody who was in a top position or somebody that worked there, and that's how they got her daughter to stop modeling for Dolce & Gabbana. Like, so her mother was in that lane, and her mother taught her her mother specifically taught her, you can see this on YouTube, taught her how to date men with status. What men to date, what men not to date. Her mother did say, don't do any rappers and this and that, but of course her daughter's not gonna listen. But her daughter did follow her mother's steps as far as messing with men with status and stuff like that. And you don't have any money of your own. So, that an evil woman, go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
If you hold a scorpion, you're going to get stung.
Right.
Future got stung. Future is supposed to be king toxic and not care about nobody, not care about no woman. He fell in love with Lori Harvey. Steve, he had never made a music about a woman except for Sierra, who was his baby mother. But now, years later, he made two in his new album, his latest album, he got songs about Lori. He says money long like Steve Harvey. He said she called me daddy because my money long like Stevie. He said, give me Lori, give me glory, and give me victory. He said, after fame and the money, if it's meant to be. Like, he fell in love with that hoe. He wanted her. And she stung him. He was hurt.
She the one that left him?
They broke up and they broke up because of course Future has like 6 baby mothers, whatever. So found out the Future had another baby coming away, so they so-called broke up or whatever. Or they broke up. No, I think they broke up because she got seen with Trey Songz also, and then something about, and then later on was about a baby. And then later on, this time, like they broke up a couple months ago because of she so-called laid down and had sex with when it's somebody that was close to him or somebody that he knows. So she stung him. And he got an album. That album is you singing about a hoe that you want. You said F your money and the fame if it's meant to be. The one person you're gonna lay it down for is a hoe. And you got stung. They gotta teach our brothers, us we gotta learn, brothers gotta learn lessons too. You gotta learn. And I'm glad I got out of there because I was the same way. I was chasing whores. Like when as a young boy, you taught to get the most seductive Jezebel, sexual looking girl. And then like I remember I would get women like that, and then I would hold their hand and walk down the street. And the other brothers around my way looking at me like I'm a man because so that's something they want to have sex with. And that's crazy because how your understanding is with though you get a woman, but you grade her on her popularity, or you grade her on how much other men want her, but they can't have her, and I got her. Now you feel like you're the man, which is your ego, and ego is so stupid. Your ego is gonna get you hurt and make you can be making some dumb decisions, man. With that, Lori Harvey is a whore. You are a whore. You know what I'm saying? She is hornos. Right. She ain't Thanos. And if you like her because you are a failed whore, you aspire to be her, and you want her to teach your class. The reason you teach a class is because you want to learn. When you want to learn something, it's because you can't do it. Right. You can't do it, but you want to become that. You want her to teach class because you want to become the next whore who can date multiple millionaires and billionaires and men of fame. You are a whore. You're gonna fail. And you're going to deal with children, you're going to catch diseases or whatever. There's going to be harm done to you. You're going to become more unstable. You're going to destroy yourself mentally. Stay with one man. That broke brother you with, he help. If you are a good woman, you'll help him become rich or close to you. Or you'll help him become comfortable. And both of you will be comfortable together and have a family. But if your mindset isn't on building a family, your mindset is building on leaving a man because he don't have this or he that, or he don't have that, or if you're trying to leave a woman because she don't have this kind of booty or this kind of status, or she don't walk like this and talk like this or dress like this, you know what I'm saying? You gonna once you find what you're looking for, that person's gonna hurt you, just like Future got hurt, just like Diddy. He got mad when she left. He got hurt. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could pull a scripture, but it's a paraphrasing. There's a scripture saying the Lord will give an evil woman for an evil man.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? So, Future, you're evil. Diddy, you're evil. You got an evil woman, they left you. In the world, brothers in the world, that hoe left you because you evil. Or that hoe got you on child support, or, you know what I'm saying, stole from you, or all the traumatic things that happen is because you're evil. If you want to learn how to stop being evil and change your life, become a new man and a new woman, come to the I.S.U.P.K, man. Go to YouTube, type in I.S.U.P.K. You'll see our classes. You'll get the link to, and then you'll go to www.isupk.com, and you'll get a number to the nearest city, to the nearest school in your city. With that, we're gonna bring up the brother. We'll pass the class over to the true Barack.
We the I.S.U.P.K out of security announcers. We the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves in the world after 6 months. If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to his brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will call each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to mirror. Tithes is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashua. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of Purim. which is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. This will be on Monday, the 14th of February, and Tuesday, the 15th of February of 2021. You can find us in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. As well, any questions or concerns regarding the 52nd annual Passover, Lord's Passover, you want to stay in close contact with your camp leader. This year, the Passover will be held in Houston, Texas on April 24th. And on April 22nd will be the Lord's annual lamb slaughter, also in Houston, Texas. Any questions? Again, you want to stay in close contact with your camp leader. So, like, is anything you want to add on that?
No, that's it. That's it.
Cool.
Send them the prayers.
Remind Acumen and Aquaki to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If your brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, or scarf. And with that, I say Amajim, which means to stand. So do the prayers.
Yeah, we're going to do the
Come.
do the first way.
Come. Wapping up and down, which means turn to face the east. Repeat after me. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natananaw, Lacham, Kar, Yawam, Wasalakinaw, Kabagwafinaw, Kasalakinaw, Kabagwafinaw, Wala'ah, Tabaya'ayanaw, Banasaya 1, Abol, Awashayanaw, Mayam, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'avalanya, Aman. And in the English.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us of our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Men of Israel saw. Sisters, you got a seat for me, please. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Shabbat,
Yazmatah, Saw, which means turn. Sisters, you can stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Yazmatah, that's me.
So what we just said was we salute